Okay, who's who here?
Oh, I have no idea.
Any idea?
No, they used to put bracelets on us so we wouldn't get mixed up.
22-year-old identical triplets, Chandra, Jordan, and Trey Berns, have an unbreakable bond.
First of all, because we are triplets, that makes us extremely close. But also the fact that we've gone through everything together, that makes us even that much closer.
They share not just matching smiles, but an unbelievable story of survival. At 17 months old, their Texas home mysteriously went up in flames. Their father, Scott, was dozing on the couch. He shared the amazing rescue story on television.
I woke up and saw the smoke and saw flames, and I rolled off the couch. I ran across the hall to the girls' room. I just ripped the rungs out of the cribs. So I grabbed one and pulled it out. She was just red and covered in soot, and she wasn't breathing. The second one I pulled out, and at this time a policeman reached in there and grabbed the third baby. I ran back into that house, into a burning building, to find Patty. I screamed, my wife, Patty may be in there.
The triplets emerged from the fire with severe burns and without their mother, Patty, who died soon after. Scott struggled to fill the void, beginning each day at the burn unit.
Their father would come to the hospital and drop them off for treatment. He was great about learning what it was that he needed to do, whether it was their dressing changes or their exercises or making sure they wore their splints and their garments, and he was a huge support for them back then. We used to laugh and call him the ducklings because everywhere he went they would line up in single file line straight behind him.
As the triplets battled to recover, their ordeal would grow worse. Police had suspected that the fire was no accident, that it was arson, but it took 2 years of investigation before they brought forth a startling accusation. The hero who'd saved the girls from the flames, their own father, was accused of setting the fatal fire.
Prosecutors painted a bleak picture of Berns, who they say set the fire that killed his wife, Patty Berns.
At trial, Scott Berns faced arson experts who testified that the fire was set from inside the house, including from the couch where he says he was sleeping. Witnesses said on the day of the fire, Scott had abused his wife and even fired a gun at her car, supporting the prosecution's case that he aimed to kill his wife. For years, Patty's mom, Sue, shielded her granddaughters from the public suspicions surrounding their father.
We didn't want to talk about it, you know. They'd already been through so much that I didn't want them to have to face all that, anymore,
But she herself was convinced that her son-in-law was guilty and confronted him on national television.
3 kids.
So you beat her all day long, shot at her, and beat her. One of the fires started on the couch where you were. Even your own attorney agreed that it was arson and it came from within.
Were you there?
We know that you did that, Scott.
No, Sue, that's what you want to believe. You want it to be the quick answer, the quick fix, the solve. Yes, this guy did it. I lost my wife. My babies were hurt. Oh, yeah, you can laugh, but you're not the only one that has suffered.
You don't know what it is to lose a daughter.
Without a doubt, I would never do anything to harm my 3 babies and my wife.
The jury had the final say, not guilty.
It's been a 3.5-year nightmare, and it ended, and now I'm going to go see my children. That's what I want to do.
Reunited with their dad, the triplets rarely spoke of the fire, even to each other. And it was only when their father died 6 years ago that they were finally ready to learn the details of the accusations.
We have been curious about what has happened.
Did you go back and look at old news reports, old stories about the trial?
Mm-hmm. It makes me sad for my dad. Could you imagine being accused for something that you didn't do, for a crime you didn't commit?
Did it make you doubt him at all?
Of course, that may have crossed our minds, just because, anything is possible, but, he was proven innocent, and all that matters is that we loved him and he loved us, and he was a great father, and that's all that matters.
Today, all 3 girls, no longer shielded from their dark past, have taken an extraordinary step.
No matter who started the fire, we forgive them because everything that's happened, it's made us stronger.
Even if it potentially could have been your father?
Yes, we forgive whoever did that.
Even though we don't know who it is, forgiving them has helped us be the happy people that we are and move on in life.
But moving on would mean more than healing their emotional wounds. The girls desperately hope to erase the physical reminders of their ordeal.
Scarring can be psychologically traumatic for any patient. Bad scars remind that patient over and over of that event that happened. They often feel self-conscious of it, and it makes them feel less of a person in some cases.
Dr. Jill Weibel is a pioneer in treating burns. After the triplets learned about her breakthrough treatment online, they were determined to see her.
These are 20-year-old scars.
Yes.
So that had to be a challenge.
After examining each girl, Dr. Weibel was convinced that she could help.
You know, we can't make the scar completely go away, but we can improve it, and we expect. Well, when you talk about healing a scar, it doesn't really matter if it's a year out or 30 years out. It's still basically the same wound.
Burns are stubborn, thick, and inflexible, the most difficult skin wound to treat. Yet Dr. Weibel discovered that this powerful laser, the Ultrapulse Total FX, often used for acne scars, could do wonders for burn scars too. The laser shoots microbeams deep into the skin, vaporizing and actually removing part of the scar.
We're literally taking that scar out, and then we're stimulating new collagen to form where that scar was. We are improving a scar, and we're creating new healthy skin where there was a scar. And so we're able to treat scars that we were never able to treat before.
Okay, serious look, lips are closed.
The treatment can be painful, though, and pricey, up to $3,000 a session. And with extensive scarring, the triplets would require multiple treatments. Dr. Weibel was so moved by the girl's story, she and the laser manufacturer Lumenis offered their services free of charge. When we come back, the triplets pray for transformation in their burns and in their lives, and finally reveal their true selves to their new loves.